I heard the chandelier before I heard my mother's voice. This soft, nervous tremble above the table as the crystals clinked together, right when she leaned in and said, "We're only inviting you out of pity, so don't stay long, Mara." Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and tell us where you're listening from. Forks paused midair. My sister Tessa smirked into her wine. My brother Caleb kept swirling his scotch like the words were meant for some stranger in the corner, not the daughter who'd paid half their bills without them noticing. My cheeks burned, but my hand stayed steady as I lifted my glass. I smiled, took one small sip, and stood up. No one stopped me. No one even looked up. 2 weeks later, every single one of them would be staring straight at me. My name is Mara Ellison, and in my family I was never the favorite or the failure. I was the function. The extra pair of hands. The name you put on forms when you needed someone responsible. The only place I ever felt like more than a shadow was Birchwater Cabin at Alder Lake. When I was little, my grandfather Jacob would lift a spare life jacket off the hooks and say, "Come on, kiddo. Let's go see if the lake remembers us." At dawn, the water was a sheet of hammered silver, and his old fishing rod felt huge in my hands. At night, we'd sit by the fireplace, my fingers sticky with marshmallows, the cedar chest beside us holding the deed he always called ours. "One day," he told me, tapping the paper, "this will be yours to protect. Not theirs. Yours." He died when I was 19. After the funeral, my parents quietly started calling Birchwater the family cabin, like saying it often enough would rewrite the county records. They planned long weekends there in group chats I was only added to after everything was booked. Framed photos appeared in their hallway. Caleb mugging on the dock with a fish he probably didn't catch. Tessa wrapped in a blanket on the porch, hair glowing in the sunset. My parents smiling like they built the place with their bare hands. I wasn't in a single photo. I told myself it was fine. I had community college, 2 jobs, my own tiny apartment. I had other things to worry about. But then one night, my phone lit up with the family group chat and one bank email that changed everything. The night the group chat lit up, I was rinsing a mug when the screen flashed again and again. Plans for the annual Birchwater trip. Caleb bragged about a new grill he was bringing. Tessa wanted matching family shirts for porch photos. My mother typed out guest lists and grocery runs like a woman running an empire. My name wasn't mentioned once. When I tapped the screen, one message preview froze me in place. Screenshot. "All the rooms are taken. Mara doesn't really come anyway. We'll just use her key if she forgets to drop it off." Her key. As if I didn't own the place. As if my signature wasn't on the deed sitting in my filing cabinet. Then, another notification at the top. Bank email. Joint account reminder. I didn't remember agreeing to any joint account. But when I opened it, there it was, Elaine Ellison and Mara Ellison, property tax autopay active. My name had been funding the cabin they refused to let me step foot in. I sat down at the kitchen table, notebook open, and wrote 3 lines. Sell the cabin. Close joint accounts. Call a lawyer. By morning, Birchwater wasn't a family legacy anymore. It was leverage. I called Colin Reyes, my old classmate who became a real estate attorney. "I need to sell Birchwater Cabin," I said. A pause. "The deed is in your name?" "Yes." "Then let's start today." I scanned the deed, sent the documents, logged into my bank portal. Every click echoed like a dropped pin. Close account. Remove name. Disable autopay. The confirmations lined up on my screen like evidence exhibits. 3 days later, Colin texted. "Cash buyer. Closing this week. Funds go directly to you. Approved." The cabin sold before my family even packed their weekend bags. That's when the storm began. Group chat. "Why is the lock code different? Mom says there's a sold sign?" "Mara, what did you do?" My mother called 5 times. Then sent a picture of a failed autopay notice with no caption at all. The silence in that image was louder than her voice ever was. Then came the knock. A heavy one. "It's Dad. Open up." Richard pushed inside, eyes wild. "Did you sell the cabin?" "Yes." "You closed the accounts?" "Yes." I slid an envelope across the table. A letter from Margaret Drummond, the estate lawyer. He didn't shout. He didn't argue. He just deflated. When he walked out, the silence he left behind finally belonged to me. The next morning, sunlight hit my stack of documents like a spotlight. My phone buzzed, Tessa. Mom wants to apologize. Please call. I didn't. I wasn't cruel. I was done signing my name under their chaos. Some revenge is loud. Mine was paperwork. And nothing screams louder than a life they can no longer control.